ADC, they would do well to scream and shout, but that's not what they should be doing. They should be campaigning, they should be strengthening their structure, they should be employing every legal means to make sure that nobody undercuts them. There are no surprises. But to keep latching on these things and pushing us to begin to be angry with Professor Amupita, I don't think that's what they should be doing. But if we begin to dig about the previous statements of every character in Nigeria, you will never have an INEC chairman. Go and excavate my tweet of then I was supporting PDP, and then later I was supporting the level. And as you say, I mean, who's going to be free? The nation has a much more serious thing to attend to at this particular time, which is very sure that whoever is in that saddle does what he should do properly. And that is begin to scrutinize the entire process in every minute detail to find out if there are areas where INEC is intending in any way to compromise the integrity of the election, or let's say, to rig the election.
Okay, so what has happened to ADC is not the role of his court?
If the court will eventually come to their rescue.
Is Bola Ahmed Tinubu allowing the democratic space to flourish, to carry on as it should in a proper democracy, the way Goodluck Jonathan allowed them?
These are two different characters. During Jonathan's time, many people believe that it was the worst thing that happened to Nigeria. Now we have somebody else on the saddle. His mannerism, the way he's going about his politics is different. This is somebody who had decided to pick one of the best in the opposition and empower them to work, like in the FCT minister. You understand what I mean? It's a different thing. Obasanjo was the one who tried to do that when you pick Bola Ige as the age of the federation. But Buhari didn't do that. That was his own kind of running the nation. Now, Tinubu and Jonathan are two different kinds of people. Jonathan never prepared himself. I want to be president, year one. I want to be president, year two. Jonathan happened to us. From being a deputy governor of Alamesia to being anointed the vice president, and then he happened. And this is somebody who has been in politics very sagaciously, very deft in what he's doing for so many years. I believe that he's overwhelming the characters there. Tinubu, I'm not going to stand here and say that Tinubu is deliberately trying to run the nation down. No. His calculations are deft. He's sagacious. So it will take somebody deeper to sit back and plot the way out of this man. But it's not just by shouting and calling Mupita names and all the rest of that and then what all of us to believe. I think we should be thinking deeper than that. Tinubu is not somebody that you wave away with the left hand. He's not. And so they need a whole lot to do if they want him out of office.
A sitting governor, incumbent governor of your state, as we speak here, said to the glare of the world that he and Wike went to meet the president. And in the presence of the few of them there, Mr. Wike told the president that I would hold down PDP for you. And then we saw PDP unravel. No matter what they did, no peace could be found. And then we're seeing it in ADC. So, Chijo, we'll come back to you. Are you saying what it's been alleged that the APC, and the president being at the top, giving them the latitude, the wherewithal to do what they are doing, to destabilize opposition parties from being able to feel the... Is that what you call political sagacity?
No, you said something. I take you before I answer your question. You said Makinde, a sitting governor.
Yes.
Member of PDP.
Yes.
Was with Wike.
Yes.
Member of PDP.
Yes.
In the president's office. Number one.
Yes.
Two PDP major gladiators sitting in the president's office doing what?
Yes.
Now, Makinde said that he had not Tinubu telling Wike to hold PDP down for me, but Wike telling him that I will hold. This is a major stakeholder in PDP.
Yes.
Telling the leader of the opposition, of government in power, that let's use the word destroy.
Yes.
I will destroy my party for you.
Yes.
And you are blaming the person who was just there listening to
Brilliant question.
I'm trying to say that politicians should not deceive us while they are doing their things. They shouldn't deceive us. So you want to whip up sentiments and want me to say that Tinubu is undemocratic. he wants to lead Nigeria into a one-party system, and you are allowing him. It should be the failure of the part of opposition to say that a PDP governor leaves his party and joins APC and begins to accuse APC. Now, Bala Mohammed wants to join APC. They're not even giving him the chance because they say they don't want him. My governor, he was contentious to give him space in the APC. They're all just into
What governor now, for the benefit of the public?
Enugu State.
Okay. Peter Mba?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it took time. It took time. It was in the remote mill for a long time before eventually. So, there's something the opposition is not doing right. That is why AP is having a field day. Because it is wrestling competition. You try to pin it to the ground. I'm trying to pin it to the ground. So, you bring every trick in your bag to ensure that you're not wrestling to the ground. That's the way it should be. Now, if Tinubu had done, APC had done anything that is illegal, go. I won't say, if I say go to court now, say I'm repeating the APC line of choice. You understand? Seek legal redress. If there's anything outlandishly against the law, the protocol that any party is doing, seek redress.
Okay.
Otherwise, go to the jugular of APC also and pick up somebody and begin to throttle them. We all know that in the Eagle Square, during the APC primaries, when Buhari was about to leave, the machinery of governance, he left APC. He was not their first choice. You understand? And he sat down there and did the magic. Now, he had the levers of power, the same man, and you are not doing your homework. You think we just go and wrestle that power away from me. Let's be candid with ourselves. It's not going to be easy, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. Because there are mathematics to all this is. Unfortunately, the person who has the most mathematical gimmick is the one on the side. So, that's the challenge we're having now. If Tinubu, Bola Tinubu, were to be in the opposition, it will be a different scenario.
You think so?
Very much so. It will be a different scenario. And I'm not happy about that. It's a one-time dissipation of public energy. If this should be our major preoccupation now. The ideal is that you appoint somebody who is neutral, again who is neutral. So the president is searching for a substantive INEC chairman, but I'm going for somebody who he knows has some kind of sympathy for him. And if he did that, one won't be surprised. After all, the Constitution gave him the prerogative to do the appointment, and then the National Assembly confirms. And these things should have been what whoever is confirming should have investigated. The security agencies, all this should have been done, scrutinized, and if they are tangible enough to stop his confirmation, they should have. We are past that level. Of course, Professor Amit is not going to resign. There are some things you have not said, and angry you have not gone. And let me take you there. You see what's happening now, that all of them are into APC. Don't be afraid of one-party system. It can never happen. When the way APC is going to explode, it is going to go into smithereens. When people don't have space for alternative platforms, this center can never hold. Because if you come to your state now, there are forces contained to be governed. Not one person, not two people. There are many. And each of them will want to have a visible and possible platform. If we deny him that, all of them are in that particular APC. How do you think the center will hold there? So we should not be afraid of one party system. It can never happen. The more APC brings all these people into his fold, the more likely it's going to smash itself. And that was exactly what happened to PDP.
So you think Professor Josh can conduct a credible election? You think so? He can conduct a credible election in 2027?
I'm not in his mind. I cannot read his thoughts. But I believe that somebody of his stature and competence, if he is patriotic, if he loves this country, despite whoever appointed him, is eminently qualified to do a good job and give us a very transparent, free, and fair election. That's all I want from him. Not who he would have voted for if he went to the booth himself. No. but discharge your responsibility from the point of view of an objective Nigerian who wants the wishes of Nigerians to be interpreted in the ballot. As simple as that.
The allegation is that the ruling APC do not want viable platforms to present viable, serious contenders against the president, such as the ADC, such as Labour, such as, what's it called, PDP. And then you have the other parties. And then there's an election and president wins. Would you be happy? Would you acknowledge that would you say that, yes, that is democracy? The man with the best, whatever has won.
I will be very, very unhappy if there is no viable, strong challenge to the incumbency of Tinubu moving forward. I will be a very sad person. But by now, I should be hoping that these gladiators in ADC are making moves subterranean and in every manner to prepare many platforms, alternative platforms, by way of thinking with the conscience of those parties to allow for exigencies. In case, because ADC was not a viable political party until some faces entered it. Labour Party was not a party of recon until P2B went to Labour Party. You understand? So these individuals and these characters, they make these parties viable. And I will supply that all of them will allow themselves to be so disenfranchised by one political party. How? And you call yourself a politician. Why the other person? Why they are strategizing? You are strategizing. In Anambra State, they pushed Deni Fanoba out of the front line political parties. Well, they just picked YPP and kept coming to the Senate with YPP because he was the first of the with senatorial politics. You understand? So it doesn't matter the name of the political party. These people should gather themselves together and be prepared for any emergency. That's what they should be doing now.
We have taken the hard work up. We have come together as concerned Nigerians to set up the Vote Watch platform that will make elections to be free and fair in Nigeria. With Vote Watch, you don't need to risk your life. You work in stealth mode. You will now be like an F-22 Raptor or a B-2 Spirit bomber that operates in stealth mode. That is how Vote Watch and the PU Marshal network is. The opposition will never even know who is the PU Marshal at the polling unit, but the results will be coming directly from the polling unit straight to the votewatch.pro platform in real time. And you know the beautiful thing? The result will be automatically electronically collated. So before we go into the collation gap where abracadabra happens, the result is already out there, making it almost impossible or very difficult for anybody to rig in that collation gap. We have the solution. It just means that we're going to work a little harder. We're going to work a little harder. That's all. So please, 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 please. Peter Obi, call Sowore. An alliance with Sowore, an alliance with Deji Adeyanju is better for you and for Nigeria than the alliance you have done with the ADC. Peter Obi, call Sowore. Challenge him. Whatever concerns his reason, sit with him. This is not about taking Adeyanju to court. No. Call him. Your alliance with him, at least he has not abused you as much as El-Rufai had done. So if you can align with El-Rufai, you can align with Sowore. Call him.